Saddiq Bey just dropped 51 points, 10 threes, was the only NBA game on tonight yet. Still, no one really wants to talk about him. Pistons fans, they're ecstatic right now. They're all over Twitter. You have a couple of people saying, oh, wow, Saddiq Bey dropped 51. No one cares. It's ridiculous. I saw a tweet, I think it was from a Pistons fan account, where it was like, imagine Tyrese Halliburton dropped 51. NBA Twitter would lose its goddamn mind. The Detroit Pistons get no love. They get no respect. But that's going to change soon. Welcome back to the channel, man. If you enjoy it, hit the like button, hit that sub button. I post actually a lot of Pistons videos on this channel here. So welcome back to all my Pistons fans. I bet you guys are ecstatic. I bet you guys are literally ecstatic. Let's try and get 134 likes on today's video for the 134 likes that the Detroit Pistons put on the Orlando Magic tonight without Cade Cunningham or Jeremy Grant. I was gonna do a drum roll for Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes got injured in the first quarter, which really sucked because he had 5 assists already, and I just want that man to get healthy. People don't understand, when you tear your hip, that shit sucks. I've never torn my hip, keep that in mind, but from what I've heard, tearing your hip is an absolute nightmare, and that's what Killian Hayes did. So give the Detroit Pistons 3 seasons, and they'll be relevant. They'll be contenders in the Eastern Conference. Now, usually when I make Detroit Pistons videos, I talk about Cade Cunningham for a lot of it because you guys know me. Cade Cunningham was my original pick for Rookie of the Year. Honestly, they might shut him down, which kind of sucks. I guess that's still like up in the air. We don't really know for sure. He's battling an illness right now apparently, but with Detroit kind of winning some games here, I mean, they're getting better as the season goes on. Obviously, they only have 19 wins on the season, but they beat some nice teams, and they've had a lot of just really good games in general. But Saddiq Bey tonight, dude, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Saddiq got some love in the media world when he was dropping 30 for like 2 straight weeks early in this season, but pretty much no one really even talks about Saddiq Bey when you think about the Detroit Pistons. You think like Cade Cunningham, you think Jeremy Grant, you think Marvin Bagley now, but Saddiq Bey, for some reason, he's just so under the radar. I mean, it kind of is BS, but if you're the Pistons, you're trusting in Troy Weaver, and you're just like, you're trusting in the vision, you're trusting in the plan, because clearly he knows what the hell he is doing. He knows who he's picking. So Saddiq tonight really just stole the show. I mean, the Pistons in general played a pretty good game. They shot lights out, specifically from downtown. They kept their turnovers in check, only had 7 turnovers, but Saddiq, dude, 51 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Yes, he can play defense and he can get rebounds. He's a big body. 17 of 27 is my most, or I guess actually the 10 of 14 is the most impressive thing to me outside of the 51 points. 10 of 14? Okay, Steph, like, come on, that's unbelievable. 10 of 14, that is so impressive. So give Saddiq Bey the respect he deserves, and know just this, heading into next year, Mr. Third year Saddiq Bey next year, I guarantee you, he's gonna maybe not necessarily be like a household name across the league, but there will be people talking about Saddiq Bey, and Pistons fans, they'll be thinking to themselves, they'll be like, man, we knew this. We knew this the day we drafted him. We knew this after his rookie season. We knew this after his second season. We knew this especially when he dropped 51 last year. I know it's the Orlando Magic, but still, they have some good players. They're a promising basketball team as well. Outside of him, I want to talk a little bit about Marvin Bagley. If you guys know me, I'm a big Duke fan. Let's go Blue Devils bandwagon 100%. This year I'm rooting for my college, Loyola Chicago, but I'll definitely not root for Duke this year. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 7 of 15, 2 of 4 from downtown, 2 of 5 from downtown, which really sucks from my standpoint because it's the first week of fantasy playoffs, and of course I get, my lucky ass has Cade Cunningham, who did me right all season, and of course the guy I'm playing has Marvin Bagley, who's just an absolute gem, diamond in the rough. I mean, pretty much Detroit got him for a bag of Lays, maybe 2 bags of Lays, maybe like a bag of sour cream and onion, other one like cheddar cheese. I mean, just 2 assorted flavors of bags of chips, essentially. I do like Josh Jackson, but Marvin Bagley is a very high upside player. He's a much higher upside player. With that trade, you really don't have any risk involved. I mean, there really was no risk. Once again, shout out Troy Weaver. He knows exactly what the hell he is doing. But Marvin Bagley, ever since he's come to Detroit, I don't know. Honestly, the way Sabonis is playing recently, it gets me thinking that like maybe Sacramento just doesn't know how to like play basketball right. I mean, honestly, like, I love the Kings. I have a Kings hat. One of my good friends, one of the first friends I met doing YouTube is a big Kings fan when Boogie was there. So I kind of, have this love for the Kings. And it just honestly seems like they don't know how to play basketball properly. I really don't know how else to say it or how else to put it. Marvin got a bad rep in Sacramento. Kings fans kind of hated him. They were ready to be done with him. And now they're looking at it like, well, maybe it was more of he never played type of thing. I mean, also he did deal with some injuries, but like, I mean, this is a guy who almost went number 1 in the draft. This was the second pick of the draft just like a couple of seasons ago. So Marvin Bagley is definitely making a name for himself. Outside of that, I don't want to talk about Corey Joseph, no disrespect, but I think he's on a player option, so he'll probably be back with Detroit next year. But as far as long-term plans, I don't really care about Corey Joseph. So Isaiah Stewart, Beast Stew, he's back. He's back, baby. He's having a really solid second half. He just came back from an injury recently, but he's having a really solid second half. I'd say he's just having a solid second year in general. 16 points, 10 rebounds for him tonight. 7 of 10 from the field. Really, for me, with Beef Stew, it's more of like a consistency type of thing. I just want to see him do this on a consistent basis. But honestly, since that second half of the season, that's kind of what he's been doing. He's been doing this a lot more consistently. He'll consistently drop a double-double, or at least be close. No blocks for him tonight, but that's kind of a little... I'd say that's rare. Like, that's not really going to happen that much. Kelly Olynyk, interesting. You guys see this flag here. I love Kelly Olynyk. So, perfectly as planned. The video cut out randomly, so that's awesome. Kelly Olynyk, I honestly didn't really have too much to say. I think he's just like a nice veteran piece to have on a young roster. Isaiah Livers, I think he's a really, really intriguing prospect. 5 points for him tonight. He didn't do too much, but yesterday he went like, 19-6, 17-6, 16-6, something like that. So Detroit's definitely got a bunch of talent here. They definitely got a bunch of talent, and you're going to throw in a top 5 lottery pick this year in the draft, and from there they're going to be just absolutely terrifying. Or I should say it's going to be the start of the terror. It's going to be the start of the reign of terror, if that makes sense. Like, that's just going to get things going. I would say not this offseason, but after this next offseason, once Cade's developing, Saddiq, Bagley, Stewart, whoever they decide to draft, hopefully Killian Hayes, hopefully Isaiah Livers, that's when you're going to start to see the free agents. And obviously no Jeremy Grant tonight, but a lot of love to Jeremy Grant for just being a bucket. That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed it, you want more Pistons content, be sure to show your support hitting that like button. Drop a comment down below. I am about to sneeze. Drop some comments down below on tonight's game and the future of the Detroit Pistons. I'll see you guys later.